Got a very special guest. She's the head softball coach over at Southern University, and of course, no stranger to the show, Coach Brittany Williams. Good morning, Coach Williams.
Good morning, and good morning to everybody listening.
How you doing this morning?
I am doing well. It's a day off, so I'm excited.
Of course, everybody enjoys the day off, and at this point, I don't know if we want you to take no days off because of the trajectory of the program. And let's go back to last week because you guys went out to Texas to play a few games against some teams and walk us through. We had a chance to talk to you Saturday, but then you had some games on Sunday as well against North Texas as well as East Texas A&M. Talk to us about the North Texas game and the East Texas A&M game.
Yeah, so we had to regroup after that Saturday. We had a team meeting, watched some film, and it was just the little things that we noticed we weren't doing. I told you my number one rule was to have fun, and I looked and we were jogging to our positions, and it was pretty quiet, on the field and things like that. So we focused more on those things on Saturday, and we hung in with North Texas pretty tight, and then we made some changes because those games are preseason, and I like to, mix things up, and didn't end it like how we wanted to with North Texas, but our play was pretty clean. So I was excited about that. And then brought it into East Texas, and we got it all together in the hitting and winning that game. So the energy was there, the hitting and the defense was there. So we ended on a great note in Texas.
We talked about it as Saturday came along, that 6-game win streak coming into it. And one of the questions I asked is how you get a team back. How do you keep them focused? And it seemed like that was kind of a reset that was needed to get back on track.
Absolutely. I told you my girls are opposite. You have to boost their heads versus telling them to calm down. And then they see names and get a little nervous. And we had to remind them that, hey, we're Southern. Like, we're not afraid of anybody. I reminded them of what our women's basketball team did last year. They're fearless. So we kind of channeled that a little bit and went out there and played the next day, and it worked and got us into this week when we played Memphis, and, no fear.
Yeah, you channeled that right into this week. I came out to check you guys out. I was along the outfield wall, but, man, watching this game, the way that you guys took off, it was tied 4-4, and you guys chipped away big runs in the 6th inning. They end up pulling away from this one and closing this out in the 7th. A 10-4 victory over the University of Memphis Tigers, in which that's one of those rarities that we see on the softball side for Southern, because we don't see those, and I'm going to say the brand names because, of course, there's levels to this. And when you see the University of Memphis, you typically don't see that coming to Southern University on the softball side. But for me, Coach, not only was this a huge win, but I think this has to be one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, home win in Southern softball history, in my opinion, considering who the opponent was. Now, I'm not putting a lot on the University of Memphis, but aside from our conference foes and sometimes other teams, just the sheer fact that you guys were able to go out and not only just win this one, dominate 10-4 against the University of Memphis at home.
Yes, that was a key. Our motto this year is dominance mindset. I told them that we were excited about them coming to our field and seeing what we have, and being able to let them know, like, we might not have a lot, but we can still get it done. So, and that's exactly the statement that they made.
So on Wednesday night, I saw the University of Memphis coach, because she brought our team to TJ Ribs. That was the same
Yes.
time Coach Banks was doing his show, the Roman Banks show. And so when she came around, I spoke to her and talked to her. Then she was looking for you. So I said, let's find her. Didn't get a chance to see you at the time. She saw your husband and your kids, but I think you came around and had an opportunity to talk to her. But she was all cheers and smiling. Let me tell you, after that game, watching her walk out that gate, I said, what's up, Coach? She just looked at me and she nodded her head. You completely took all the energy, not out of the coach, but that team as well with that win.
Oh, man, I saw it when I was shaking their hands. And it's always an awkward position because that coach played ball with my sister. I was the little girl that was the back girl that rode the bus with them to games. And now playing against them, we just hugged each other after, no words.
I could
But
see it. It was all in her face.
it was in her face.
Yeah.
She texted me and congratulated me, which was very nice.
Well, I love when the opponents walk away like that. That's how every team who comes into Baton Rouge should walk away looking the exact way I saw that coach's face. She was like, I don't even know why we came over here, But for you, I also saw, just to add more to it, I saw that your dad was being honored or mentioned. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I read some of that stuff and I was like, man, I didn't realize he did all of that. He went to Southern. He was a grad of Southern, so he's a Southern alum. But before that, played ball at Zachary, and I would, hear people when I grew up and was like, man, your dad was such an athlete. So he was being honored for that, and then his coaching experience in Zachary. He took the football team, was undefeated. Coached volleyball, basketball, like all the sports. And he's the one that trained us, getting us up Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. I was outside getting balls hit at me as hard as possible.
So it makes sense now. This is what the family does.
Yes.
And you got to shout your dad. What's your dad's name?
Vincent Perry. So Perrys are known in the Zachary area. Like I said, he was at Zachary, he was at Northwestern, he was at Northeast. So, yes, very proud of him and, proud to be his daughter.
So my first name Perry, last name Perry. Okay, I see that. Okay, all right, I get it now.
There's something about that name Perry, huh?
Let me ask you, for you and the young ladies on this team, give me some standouts. I mean, right now you guys are sitting at 8-7 overall on the season. Drastic change from what you've seen in the past with this program. And once again, why I continuously love to have you here on the show, because people need to know what it is that you're building and what you're doing. But not just you, but these young ladies who's putting in the work. Give us some of those names of those young ladies that are stepping up this year and really helping you turn this thing around over at Southern.
Man, it is tough to be a freshman at a D1 level and come in and start and play and hold a position. So I do want to give a shout out to Prestasia White, who is our third baseman, who is leading the team in one of the top batting averages, batting in the fifth hole as a freshman, and from Louisiana. So repping the state and doing her thing as a freshman. And right behind her in the lineup is another Louisiana standout right there from Bruley, Layla Clark. I always tease her. I tried to get Layla out of high school. She thought she wanted to go to William Carey, and ended up transferring, being back home, and came to Southern. And now she's just hitting them out the park. Grand slams, home runs, being a standout in right field as well. So definitely want to shout those two homegrown ladies out. And also my pitching staff. They're doing an excellent job keeping us in the ball game and moving the ball around, and keeping the balls in the park.
Just looking from where you at this year, a lot of softball left to be played, right? A lot of softball to be played. But considering each year you've been in this program, what have you seen that you are doing, that the culture is being built, and that your staff is doing in order to get this thing turned in the right direction, like pulling off victories against the University of Memphis so far?
You have to invest, not just in the game, but in the total part of the athlete. I have some great alum. I want to give another shout out to Annalise Corona, who comes and talks to our team about the mental aspect of the game. She comes in, volunteers her time once a week to just sit there and let them hash it out. Like, we aren't there. She talks to them, making sure that they know how to handle the successful part of the season as well as the downfall of the season. So those things definitely help. And helping them with academics. Our academic team, I want to give another shout out to Miss Dillon. She's a part of the softball academics, and she makes sure that they have the tutoring, that the professors know that they're gone, and if they need to make up something, she's getting with them with their office hours and making sure that they can make up their work. So it's a holistic thing. It's not just us coaches at the softball level. It's the support people behind us as well that helps us keep it moving and keep it going. And when those ladies know that you care about them personally, they'll run through a wall for you.
Now, let's look at the week coming up. You guys will be traveling down to New Orleans on Tuesday, taking on Dillard. But then next week is going to be the big one on the road, taking on Prairie View. This has been a team that traditionally, as we've seen over the years, they pretty much have had their dominant way when you look at the SWAC. Your thoughts coming up with this schedule, going on the road and getting things started in SWAC play with Prairie View?
I'm actually super excited. I was telling my husband about this. At first, I was like, man, we got to play them twice. So we played them 6 times this entire season. And as you said, they've been known to, run the slack, as the people in the West say. They say that PV has the East sold up. But I just I'm excited about having it in my own hands. So we get to play them 6 times. We're one of the few teams that can beat them. So we have the opportunity to put our own fate in our own hands.
I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. And if anybody's out there, if you have not been paying attention to Southern University softball, please begin to pay attention. Show up to games. Go support these young ladies. They're doing some things that I'm telling you, when something can catch your attention and turn your head, because you're not normally hearing about softball at Southern University. But let me tell you, Coach Williams and her staff and these young ladies are doing a great job. And if you were there to watch them dominate the University of Memphis on last Tuesday, you will understand that there's something special brewing on the bluff over there on that Southern University softball team this year. They're 8-7 on the season. I think they're a team to watch. And I can tell you, last year I covered the regional here in Baton Rouge. I got a chance to see the University of Nebraska, UConn, Southeastern, LSU, some really good softball on that side. But I'm telling you, from this point, I know some good softball when I see it. Southern's playing some really good softball. So thank you, Coach, for coming on this morning. Congratulations on the big win on Tuesday. And, hey, keep it going, keep them motivated, and let's continue to turn heads and get people talking about some Southern University softball.
I appreciate it. And I also want to encourage people to follow us on social media. So at SU Softball _. Sunday, we have a free clinic going on at Dick's Sporting Goods. So come out to that for ages 6 to 12. And then we do have our softball league. So if you have little ones 10 and under, come join us in our softball league. You get to learn from our athletes.
Thank you, Coach Williams. Enjoy your day off.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That's the voice of Coach Brittany Williams, the head softball coach over at Southern University.